to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. If you are new here, hi, I'm Hannah. I've been doing these monthly resets the past couple, like maybe 6 months, and you guys seem to love them. So maybe you are new on my channel from this video. I don't know about you guys. I feel like I've seen a lot of people agree that October was just such a good month, at least for me. Like, I celebrated my 23rd birthday, Taylor Swift Midnight's album, like have been reading a lot, watching a lot of like Halloween movies or Harry Potter, and just like making chili, watching football, UT Vols beat Alabama. Like, it was just a really good month, and I'm sad for it to be over. I'm excited for Halloween coming up this weekend, but I'm a little sad that October is coming to an end because it always is one of my favorite months. I just think it's such a festive but still like nice out month. The weather is still beautiful and it's festive. It's just the best. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas, and like normally you'd think I would be showing you guys some like Christmas decor and stuff, but I am 100% still in the fall mood. Like, I am one of those girls that also loves celebrating each holiday. Like, let's celebrate Halloween and then Thanksgiving if you're in the US, and then Christmas. But it kind of bites me in the butt because a lot of people want Christmas content before Thanksgiving, so I have to mentally get in that mindset even though I want to be present in Thanksgiving. But either way, it'll all be good. I will have some like holiday decorating content coming this month, even though Thanksgiving hasn't happened yet. And I'm just excited also for like Black Friday and everything because that's big for my business. Anyway, let's reset for November. There's different segments of this video, like budgeting, my monthly book review, favorites. I'm going to be talking about setting up like a gift purchasing guide for the holidays. So if you're interested in just one segment or a few of these, I will add chapters so you can like click along the video to the parts that you want to watch, because I know these can sometimes be longer. Or if you just want to get in the mood for November together, like grab your own planner, grab a notebook, paper, your computer, and let's reset for November together. I'm really excited. All right, it's the next day, but I'm looking through your guys' responses, and you guys have some really cool ones that I'll definitely incorporate more into next month, like maybe some self-care, my maintenance routine. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm gonna look into it. But this one girl, Erica, mentioned for me to do like my highs and lows, like those icebreakers in college, and I think that's a really good way to simply reflect the month, because I don't want to like go through my whole month with you guys, but it's just like high and low. You get the gist of it. So feel free to comment your high and low of the month of October in the comments, because I would love to know, and I think it's just a good way to personally reflect. So as I kind of said, I did have a lot of highs this month. I think the very highest high, just like overall, like not taking into account like seeing my friends or birthday or launching the tote bags or like Tennessee winning, just overall like the biggest overarching high has just been, it's been a beautiful fall here in Tennessee. I'm really gonna miss it. Like the weather, sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes we have like 1 week of beautiful fall weather and then it's immediately winter, or it's summer up until like November. The leaves have been beautiful this year, and I'm just really thankful to live where I live, and I love where I live. So I think that's just like the overall high. It's been a beautiful month. I think a low for this month has just been, I feel like I've lost some of the really good habits that I had in college, like working out more, working out every day or almost every day, getting to church every Sunday, being stronger in my faith, eating healthier, like making dinner for myself every night. I just feel like I've lost a lot of those good habits that I had, and so I don't know how, I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm not being my best version of myself. So that's why I think someone else mentioned like, what are some habits you want to work towards? I think this month, I don't want to overwhelm myself, and I know that like if I try to work out more, eat healthier, get up earlier, do more of this, do more of that, it's just gonna be overwhelming because it's already an overwhelming month. November and December is gonna be. So January, I know I say like, you don't have to wait till January. I want to wait till January to like get all that together. I really just like need to get through these last 2 months of the year. But the one habit I want to focus on this month is waking up earlier. I'm tired of getting out of bed at like 8:30. And I just need to be disciplined with myself and just do it, because I think daylight savings is going to help me with this, because that'll make it brighter in the morning. So my goal is to get up out of bed between 6 and 7 and not between 7 and 8. I think that's my overarching low and a habit that I want to work on in one. All right, now let's continue with the video. All right, so now it's the part of the video that I normally don't always look forward to, looking over my expenses and budgeting for the next month. But this month I'm actually not too scared to look at my spending. I feel like I did better than I thought, or better than previous months at least. So I'm excited to do it. In case you guys don't know, I just use this simple budget page in my Dream Achieve workbook. It is a very, very simple, just pen to paper. I've done spreadsheets and budgets like that in the past, but they just overwhelm me and make me not want to do them. So this is a simple way to kind of track my expenses and just to stay in touch. It just helps me like check in, be more conscious about my spending. I also put all of my personal expenses on a credit card. I use the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, and it breaks down a spending summary of everything. So this is super helpful. This is how I'm categorizing everything. So the total that it says I spent in October for the month on my just personal expenses, $165. I think that's actually a little bit under because it took into account the refunds I did. So I wasn't sharing this in previous budget with me's, but I just thought I would share them because I think it's so interesting. So I do pay around $2,000 total for rent and utilities, which is crazy for one person. But that's living in Nashville with the rent skyrocketing here. But that's what I pay for rent. I pay about $330 in a car payment monthly that just started up. So I paid that, and then I also do a Roth IRA investment of $200 a month, which is just to an investment portfolio that I can't touch till I'm like 60. It's more long-term investing. And then I have another investment portfolio that's just a collection of investments that I can touch at any time, but I won't. I just kind of add to it and leave it, and that I put $150 a month towards. So those are all the expenses I pay monthly that's not accounted for. Also my donations and tithing, but I won't get into that. Now let's get into the more fun fluctuating expenses that come out. Back in September, I budgeted that I would spend $100 in transportation. So $32 for one night's Ubers, and then adding in another $20 for Halloween's Uber. And then on gas this month, I love that with my new car, I could spend way less money on gas. Gas this month, $42. Oh, okay, great. So my transportation costs this month were $94.85. Okay, we're just gonna round it up for $95. So perfect, we're pretty much at the budget for that. Eating out, I budgeted $300, which is a lot of money, and I came way under that, which I am really proud of. And I really did eat at home a lot, or I tried to, because previous months I was traveling and spending so much eating out. So I'm excited, so excited that I was so far under my eating out budget, which is good because that needs to go down. And this includes the $130, that includes food. This includes food, coffee, and alcohol, like drinks, cocktails out. So groceries was a little bit higher, I think because I was eating at home and not eating out. I budgeted $300. It says I spent $270. That's definitely like one of my biggest expenses. Personal, okay, so I did have to go to the dentist, and I don't have insurance that covers dentistry because I'm self-employed. So I do pay for that out of pocket. And so my dentist cost $120, and then I had to tip at like the skin place. I had a gift card for the skin place, but then I added a $20 tip. So my total for like personal wellness was $140. So the only thing I did for entertainment this month was I went to a garden for like a picnic, garden estate, which was an $18 ticket. And then I also went to this Taylor Swift night, and that ticket was $33. So my entertainment bill was $51. And then gifts, I budgeted $50. I ended up only spending $36. The gifts budget is going to be much more this month, as we all know. And then other, I just give myself $100 to kind of see where it needs to go. I did do quite a bit of shopping this month, guys. Not good at all, but it was my birthday month. So
So that's what I'm considering as. So I did use some of the money I got from my birthday for these items, but I spent about $160 between Amazon purchases, like my Halloween costume, makeup I wanted to buy, some clothes. Yeah, I did do some shopping this month, but I'm really happy with everything I bought. All right, let's add up these totals. Okay, so my total expenses I budgeted for myself was $1,100, and I ended up only spending $889 on all these little expenses, which again, I'm happy with that. Obviously, every month I want to kind of get lower this down, but I think that's kind of the lowest spending I've had since I started doing these resets. The next few months are going to be expensive months, November and December. They always are. But let's plan out my November. So I'm going to start with gifts because I know that that's going to be a big expense. I kind of try to make a plan before Black Friday of things I've been thinking about getting people, and then Black Friday is when I pounce and I'm like on my laptop all morning, not only doing things for my own business for Black Friday, but shopping for a lot of my Christmas gifts, with ever sales, you know, all that weekend, Black Friday to Cyber Monday. For November, I'll put my budget for gifts as $300. And then if I need to buy some more gifts in December, I can do that. All right, transportation wise, I know I'm going home for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna give myself another, I'm gonna put $75 for gas and maybe an Uber or two. Eating out, since last month I only spent $130 eating out, I know I can do it, so I'm gonna try to just spend around $150. Groceries, I'm gonna give myself $300 again. Personal, I'm gonna try to do my own nails, so I'm not gonna go get my nails done this month. I've been trying to do that, and I don't have any other big appointments, I don't think. So I'm gonna include personal shopping for myself and give myself $100 here. Entertainment, you know, I feel like I'm just gonna be working this month, honestly, but hopefully I'll do some fun things. So I'll give myself $100 again for entertainment, and then we'll give ourselves another $100 for other. Last month I did good at going under budget, so we're gonna bring this budget down because I know I can do it. Oh, why is that still so much money? Oh, because my gifts was so expensive. I put so much for gifts. Me thinking I was budgeting low. Okay. Total expenses, $1,125, so to be a give and take, but I feel like for the holidays and doing so much and spending so much money around the holidays, that's pretty doable, especially since I went way under that this past month. But that is it for this budgeting segment. Let's go on to planning out a gift guide. So we're talking about gifts so much, I'm going to show you guys how I plan for my gift giving every year. This is the spreadsheet I used in 2020. I just made a copy of it for 2022. I thought I did this last year too, but maybe I used a different system. But it's essentially what I wanted to do for this year as well. It's super simple. I'm not going to have this as a download because you guys can easily make this in Google Sheets or Excel. You just add 3 columns, the name of the person you're buying the gift for, what your gift idea for them is, the price or how much you do want to spend on it, and then when I bought it or not, I kind of fill this in. I think I filled it in with green. So when I buy it, I just fill it in with green for obviously Christmas, but also, yes, I bought it. You can also add a column where to get it, online or in store, or what store to buy it from. But I have Jimmy listed 3 times because in 2020 I bought him 3 separate smaller gifts. I know for my mom, I already know what I'm gonna get her, the Skinny Confidential Ice Roller, because we've talked about it. That's what she wants. Let me see how much that is. I am waiting for Black Friday. I'm hoping that she's gonna have a Black Friday deal because yeah, it's $69. I may also get that for my grandma. She said she may like that. But I may also have something else. But as you can see, I just did a little math section here to where all these columns, need to go this to 13. All these columns add up to my total cost for gifts. So again, hopefully Black Friday, those things I can get for cheaper, and then I have more money to work with. So I really have no other gift ideas besides that one yet. But when I do have a gift idea for Jimmy or Lucy or my brother or my dad or aunt and uncle, or if I have people that I need to add gifts for, maybe my Bible study is doing a white elephant, and so I need to come up with a white elephant gift, I'll add that here, and usually that's like $10 or something. So we just keep working with it. It's super simple, but it's a great way to like keep in mind gift ideas, so I can also go back to previous years and see what I bought them so I don't buy them the same thing twice, but also as gift ideas. And it's a great way to kind of see what I've spent on them in the past, so I know how much to spend this year. Yeah, try it out, make one yourself. You can do it on a piece of paper, but I like doing it as a spreadsheet again, so I can keep track of previous years, and it just makes it super easy to like add up, so I can keep in mind like, okay, I am spending this much money on a gift or whatever. So I am gonna try to brainstorm for a second some gift ideas, just so I have them ready for Black Friday, but they'll kind of come to me, I feel like, throughout the beginning of November. And then, oh, I know what, for my brother, he wanted Aesop soaps, and I normally spend like $50 on him. So see, we're already at like $200 for gifts. They can get expensive so quickly, but it's a great way to do it. I'm using my bookshelf as my background, like I said I should do in my October reset. I remembered for this one. I have my tall black candlesticks here too, if you're wondering what those are. But this month I only read 2 books, but that is because the books were this big, like around 800 pages. So I guess you could say, like, if a normal book is 200 to 300 pages, I read like almost 6 books this month, because I'm not actually officially done with this. But it is the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. If you don't know, she is a fantasy fiction author. She wrote the famous Court of Thorns and Roses series, which I read all this spring, and she also wrote Throne of Glass, which I already picked up from my library. This is what I'm going to be reading next once I finish Crescent City. Crescent City currently only has 2 books. I think she's working on the 3rd, but they are huge. I already returned the first one to the library, but the first one is like a red cover, and then this is the second book. It is a fantasy book, so it's actually about this mystical city, which is actually pretty modern. Like, they have phones and things, but also there's like angels and demons and mermaids and fairies and wolves and all these creatures that are also like humans. So really fun and imaginative. I thought it was a really good series for the month of October, because it kind of is spooky. Like, the first book is kind of like a murder mystery. You have to find out. I'm not spoiling anything, because this is what it says on the back of the first book. Basically, the main character, Bryce, her best friend dies within like the first few chapters. She's murdered along with like all her other friends. And so the whole book is like her finding justice for her friends and figuring out who murdered her friends and the whole political scene around it. And it was like this other Sarah J. Maas books I've read. They start out pretty slow. Like the first A Court of Thorns and Roses book is very slow up until the last like 20% of the book. And I would say Crescent City was very similar to that. It was honestly hard for me to get through the beginning of it. But I had friends who read it and just told me to keep reading. So that's what made me want to keep reading. And then the end, I was really hooked, really loved it. So I gave it like 3.5. I would give it like 3.5 stars, because the beginning is so hard to get through, but I promise it's worth it in the end. And the second book hasn't been slow at all, because I know all the characters, I know what's happening. So this book so far, I would give like a 4-star, because I don't love it as much as the Court of Thorns and Roses series, but it is really good, and I'm excited to be finished with the book she has out now, so then I can read the 3rd when it comes out, and then I can start her other famous series, which I hear is so good, called A Throne of Glass. So, and I want to read the sequel to Ends With Us. This is the only Colleen Hoover book I've read, and I did enjoy it, and I'm excited because I heard the sequel, It Starts With Us, is a little bit happier and a little bit more of just like a romance book. So I do really want to read that one, but like right now my head is just wrapped around this freaking book and like having to finish this because it's so big, and I like can't take time off of this because then I'll never finish it. So that is it for the book update. Let me know if you've read any Sarah J. Maas books. I just found a bunch of girls in Nashville who are either reading at Guitar or Crescent City or just reading one of her books. And so we started a little book club. I also have a book club text group with my friends Lucy and Skylar because they love Sarah J. Maas. Like, she's just such a fun author because it's so imaginative. And if you have someone else who reads it, like, you have an immediate bond because the books are just so specific, and like, you have so much to talk about if both of you read a Sarah J. Maas series. So it's really fun. And that is it for my little book talk of the moment. I'm just trying to change up the angles in this video to make it interesting for you guys. Now it's time for my current favorites. I asked you guys on Instagram stories like what segments you want to see in my resets, what segments you like. And I was surprised that a few of you said book review and product favorites, which I just threw in just because it's kind of fun for me to talk about and to remember. But I'm so glad you guys also like these segments. It just reminds me of like old school YouTube, and I love that. So before I show the product favorites for this month, which I have some good ones, I wanted to share what I've been listening to and loving, because I always forget to mention these things because they're not like a physical item. My favorite podcast, I have officially become a toaster, formerly known as the Morning Toast with Claudia and Jackie Oshry. I listened to them like freshman year of college and then just a little bit, but didn't really get that much into them. The past 2 months, guys, I swear I've listened to every podcast. They put out a podcast Monday through Friday. So lots of content like every day, and they're just my favorite girls right now. Like I look forward to their show every single day, and it's crazy how much I'm obsessed with them. And I am surprised because I don't think from anyone else I could listen to a podcast every day, but I just love them. So The Toast is the podcast I've been listening to. Actually, I love watching the YouTube video of it, like a YouTube podcast. That's what I do. Usually while I'm eating lunch or working in the afternoon, just like from my couch, I'll put them on and watch. Obviously, Taylor Swift Midnight's album, like, is there anything else to listen to? The only other thing I've been listening to this month, really, besides Taylor Swift, is this playlist called Disney Halloween. It is just the perfect vibes. I know probably by the time you're watching this, like, Halloween's over, but it has, like, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride from Disney World, like, kind of soundtrack, the Pirates theme song. It has, like, on Encanto, of course, Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. Like, it has all the villain songs from Disney, classic Disney movies. It's just a really good soundtrack, and it's what I've been listening to get into the spooky mood. But okay, now let's get started with my product favorites. Probably my number one, I don't know, I have so many products this month. This is a huge one. It was a birthday gift from Lucy. Shout out to Lucy, because this is such a good gift. It is a Stanley cup. It's just basically a nice water bottle that's like a cup. It's super easy to hold. I only really drink out of a straw, so I love that it has a straw. And this is the, how many ounces? Like 40 ounces. I hadn't bought a new water bottle in years, and I was a sucker for my hydro flasks, and I still love them, but this is just like the perfect everyday water bottle. It is expensive, and they were out of stock for a while, so I'm glad I got it as a gift. Then I have to do a little self-promo for the Daily Tote because these launched this month. I'm obsessed. I love the pocket. It's so perfect for putting like your lip product or hairbrush or wallet or phone, AirPods, just things like you want to grab easily and keep separate. And then the inside of the tote says, let me check my schedule. While you're pulling out your planner or whatever, you just got it right there. Like, I'm so glad you guys have been ordering and loving the totes yourselves, and because it's a huge staple in my life too. All right, these makeup items I showed in my fall morning routine. I did my makeup in that video and showed these products, and I am definitely been loving them. I just, usually around my birthday, I like to get some new makeup products to just kind of feel like, give myself a fresh little look, and I'm really happy with these. So this is the Rare Beauty Cheek Stain in the shade Grateful. You just need literally the tiniest dot on your face. It's like bright red in the tube, but literally it's such a beautiful pigment. Like, I cannot freaking get over this. That's stunning. All you do is a tiny little dot. I'm just gonna put a little bit on because I already put on before filming. This is the perfect color if you're going for like that cold, trendy look. Girls are like doing lots of blush on their cheeks and on their nose to kind of give like you just came out from a walk in the snow kind of look. It's the perfect flush. So if you want to just look like you came in from the snow playing outside in the winter, like this is going to be your go-to cheek product for the winter. And then my go-to little lip combo, I'm currently wearing the NYX matte lip liner in Cold Brew and then the NYX Butter Gloss in Butterscotch. It's just the perfect, like, cheap, like, under $10 for both of these items. The perfect, like, brownish color for my skin tone and my lip shade. I love it. We have a fashion item. I have worn this dress in so many photos. I've honestly worn it way too many times, but it's just so freaking good. It's my first item I got from Durf Avenue. It was another birthday gift. And I've been wanting stuff from Durf Avenue. They're a sustainable Swedish clothing company, but because they're sustainable, they are very expensive. I think this dress is around $150. And it's hard to kind of see just on the hanger, but it is so flattering on. It's so comfortable. It has like a little collar, a little slit in the sleeves. Like, it is just the most flattering dress and so comfortable and so easy to style. Nice or casual. it is like a go-to dress. If anything ever happens to this, I will immediately purchase again. Like, it's gonna be one of the staples in my closet for years, I already know. And my last product, speaking of staples, we have the Always Pan, but the mini size from Our Place. I got the full size, the normal size of this last Christmas, and have used it like every day since. I love it. And when I saw they came out with a mini version, I again asked for it for my birthday, because the thing that I cook every day on the stove are my morning eggs, usually 1 or 2 eggs with my toast. And this is the perfect size for cooking just my 2 eggs or cooking for 1 person. I like how I have the bigger pan when I need to cook for more people or like want to do a big batch of something, but for just my everyday cooking, this mini Always Pan is the perfect size. I want to say it's right around $100. It may be under $100 though, but I will link all these products below. Literally just, you have to look into all the amazingness of this. Cooks my eggs perfectly. It's so easy to clean. I've never had a problem hand cleaning these. Like, they're clean in seconds. Use it every day. These are worth the money, in my opinion. And that concludes this November reset. I'm not going to show you guys any new products I've bought, because I realized if I liked them, I'll just show them to you as a favorite in the next video, in the next reset. I pray it's going to be a good month. I'm kind of nervous. I have jury duty that may last like 2 weeks this month. I have to call the day before. If you don't know, it's like a whole ordeal. So I'm not looking forward to my 2 weeks of jury duty, and I don't know why I scheduled it over one of the busiest week for e-commerce businesses, Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Thanksgiving. But I'm trying not to think about it. So, you know, if there's something that you're not looking forward to this month, I'm right there with you. But let's just focus on the positive. I'm going to focus on Thanksgiving and getting ready for Christmas. We also are having a new little launch, another launch. Yeah, 2 months back to back. It's crazy over here. Another launch for the 2023 workbooks. We're releasing a new color as well, some different color options. So be on the lookout for that. If you need a new planner for the new year, I got you. ShopDreamDaily.com coming November. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. You guys are the absolute best, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.